Narendra Modi has arrived in the United States. His visit to the United States under Trump's second tenure. This is an official working visit of the Prime Minister to the United States that comes at the invitation of President Donald Trump. Prime Minister Modi is among the first few world leaders to visit the United States for a meeting with President Trump, and US extending an invite to him just weeks into Trump's second tenure demonstrates the kind of significance that US attaches to India. Senior Executive Editor Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan is joining us live from Washington. Madhav, during the two-day visit, the Prime Minister will have quite a packed schedule. It's a very, very significant one, considering it's one of the first world leaders visiting the United States in Trump's new administration.
Well, absolutely. In fact, the Prime Minister has arrived in Washington, D.C. a little over an hour ago. In fact, he reached the Blair House where he's currently residing in. Now, this is a formal, place where heads of state have resided for over a century, and therefore very, very interesting, because even when the state visit had taken place, this is where PM Modi had stayed here in Washington, D.C. But nevertheless, in fact, it is a historic building that is located very, very close to the White House, just a stone's throw away. And very important to see, because tomorrow will be the day when there are a series of meetings. There is, of course, a one-on-one engagement between the two leaders, Prime Minister Modi and President Trump, as well as delegation-level meetings is what we are given to understand. At both these meetings, of course, the two leaders have, of course, shared a huge personal equation and personal chemistry that we've seen. We've seen, of course, events such as Howdy Modi and Namaste Trump take place, and it's going to be a time for consolidation, a handshake where, of course, they decide on the roadmap and the areas ahead. Of course, there are areas of cooperation, but there are areas of concern as well, such as, in fact, immigration, such as tariffs, which have been expressed quite publicly. Of course, a lot of domestic pressure as well that is bearing upon these two leaders on these issues. So how they are able to balance their relationship, how they're able to balance their domestic concerns with the relationship with the other country is going to be something very interesting to watch out for. But there are areas of cooperation as well. Defense, strategic affairs are areas where we've seen a lot of cooperation between the two countries. Also, the very fact that when it comes to technology, aspects such as ICET, which were initiated in the previous Biden regime, how they're going to continue. And of course, a very important fact that a huge number of Indians are living in India, not just part of the tech sector, but also, of course, have a very important role to play in the administration. So, for instance, Nikki Haley was just confirmed as the head of national intelligence today. We've seen another Indian, Kash Patel, who's, of course, going through the entire process of being confirmed by the House as far as the FBI director is concerned. There's a huge list of those who actually are going to be part of the administration, but are of Indian origin, and not just there. In fact, as far as business is concerned as well, a number of top CEOs who have, made a mark here in the United States, who are from India. So a lot of such aspects that are being looked at in terms of, the role that is being played by these two countries who naturally have so much in common, and of course with the two leaders who themselves have this personal bonhomie, how they can take it forward will be very interesting to watch out for. So all in all, tomorrow is going to be the crucial day. We expect a formal briefing to take place on part of the Ministry of External Affairs as well, talking about what the takeaways from that particular meeting are, and that's expected to take place around 7:30 to 8 tomorrow evening, where the details of what has really transpired will be made public.
Okay, all right. And we also saw visuals of how the Indian diaspora had braved the cold to welcome the Prime Minister. Of course, for Prime Minister Modi and President Trump, they will be building on the relationship that they already had in the first term as well. But Madhav, in a late-night development that has come in as well, President Trump has made a phone call to Putin as well as Zelensky, two big democracies coming together. And Prime Minister Modi is somebody who has spoken to Putin as well in the course of the war multiple times. He had met Zelensky as well. So India is also at an advantageous point as far as the peace talks are concerned. Trump making that conversation, making that call just before Prime Minister Modi's arrival.
Well, absolutely. And in fact, India has played its own role, because India has, of course, diplomatic ties with both the countries. And certainly, of course, now is not a time for war, is the famous statement that was made by Prime Minister Modi, while addressing an international forum just about 2 years ago. Very importantly, as you rightly mentioned, President Trump, announcing unilaterally what he sees as the US's position and a method or a formula to end the war so that both sides can ensure that the lives that are being lost on a daily basis comes to an end. And of course, a number of the proposals, including, of course, the possibility of returning the territory that Russia is now occupying in Ukraine back to Ukraine at this point of time, is something that does not seem to be a practical possibility. Of course, US will want to secure its own interests as well. And of course, also talking about the role of Ukraine in NATO, several such aspects that have come, and many, of course, surprised by it, because that's quite different from the stand that the United States has taken so far when it comes to Russia and Ukraine. But quite clearly, this is the compromise formula that is being proposed by the United States. How this is actually implemented on ground remains to be seen. And also, of course, whether Ukraine will be ready to accept all of these positions, which are quite different from the position that Ukraine has taken in the recent past. Very important questions over there, and very important, very significant that this is happening just before Prime Minister Modi's visit to Washington, D.C.
Okay, all right. Madhav, thank you for joining us live from Washington. In fact,